We are ready now for the girls' 3,200 meter run. 8 laps around this track here at Lower Richland High School. Mary Stewart Wilson from James Island, the freshman with the fastest qualifying time at 11 minutes 36 seconds. She is in lane number 1. Elizabeth Dawson from Daniel in lane 2. Courtney Shearer from Emerald in lane number 3. Susanna Kate from AC Flora in lane 4. Alex Dixon from Wren running out of lane number 5. Heather Elliott from Eastside in lane number 6. Chapin's Alexa Golbus in lane 7, and Summer Smith from James Island in lane number 8. Again, 8 laps around the track. This is the longest event in the rundown for the state championship.
That's right. And Mary Stewart Wilson from James Island has the qualifying time of 11 minutes 36 seconds. And Birch, that is, let's see, only 3 runners that have qualified here have sub 12-minute qualifying time. So Mary Stewart Wilson's qualifying time is 25 seconds or more faster than more than half the field. So it really looks like it'll be Wilson or Elizabeth Dawson from Daniel, and Courtney Shearer from Emerald could contend here as well. Shearer in the purple with the gold E on the front of the jersey, currently in 4th place. But clearly this is an endurance event. The sun is out now. I don't know if the elements will be a factor here. I would think the temperature is very pleasant, and track conditions are just about ideal. So,
well, now also keep in mind that Mary Stewart Wilson and Elizabeth Dawson, they've already run a mile today, Emerson. They both competed in the 1600 event, along with Susanna Kate from AC Flora and Heather Elliott from Eastside.
This is true. Sure, that could be a factor also.
Well, usually the elite long-distance runners that usually qualify first and second for the 3,200 and the 1,600, they are usually pretty used to having their stamina tested and running 2 events, sometimes 3 in one meet. So it may not be a factor for Mary Stewart Wilson from James Island, who's just a freshman, Elizabeth Dawson, the junior from Daniel, and freshman Mary Stewart Wilson is in the lead right now. And she actually finished second. Emerson, Mary Stewart Wilson, the young freshman, finishing second in the 1,600 meter run earlier today. And she was also the anchor leg runner in the 4x800 meter relay on Friday that James Island won. You know, they threw out 2 7th graders and 2 freshmen.
That's right.
To win the state championship. So James Island High School, the future very, very bright down there for their 1,600 meters and 3,200 meter individual runners and that 4x800 relay team. So 2 laps are already in the books here. With the lead, Mary Stewart Wilson from James Island. And Emerson, it must be just something about the low country air here in the state of South Carolina, but you know, historically, the long distance events have been dominated by runners from the Charleston area, from Hilton Head, from the low country of South Carolina. That typically is where your top runners in the 1,600 and the 3,200, they're usually from schools like James Island, from Wando, from Hilton Head.
That's true. Lower state schools have turned out some outstanding runners. Upper state schools have put out some good runners also, Birch, when you think about Daniel and you think about Christ Church, yes, and others. Riverside's got a good running program. So I'm not sure that geographic region favors any one particular part of the state. You know, all the tracks that are built at the local high schools are flat.
That's right.
So we see runners from all over the state faring well. 8 laps around this track for the 2-mile or 3,200 meter run. This is lap 2.
Yeah, running side by side. Wilson from James Island, the freshman, and Elizabeth Dawson from Daniel, the junior. And this will be the 3rd lap coming to a close, so we're almost halfway home.
That's East Side's Heather Elliott in 3rd.
It is. She's only a sophomore.
And AC Flora's freshman Susanna Kate in 4th.
Still leading Mary Stewart Wilson, young freshman from James Island. Right behind her is Elizabeth Dawson. Dawson, the only runner in this field that competed in this event a year ago. She finished in 6th place last year. Still Dawson and Wilson right there together. We're in the 3rd lap of 8. 200 more meters to go, and we'll be halfway home.
And 6th place, Terrell Simmons from Spring Valley with a time of 22:14. And 5th place, Kevin Bethel from Hillcrest with a time of 22:11. And 4th place,
Dawson and Wilson just jockeying for position right there.
with a time of 21:92.
Wilson on the inside, Dawson from Daniel on the outside, and now Dawson making her move. She will
In 2nd place,
take first place now.
We're still very early in this race, Birch, but I get the feeling that no one is going to catch 1st and 2nd. East Side currently running in 3rd with Heather Elliott, but she is not carrying enough pace right now to threaten the front 2 runners. And now we see Dawson from Daniel opening up a fairly comfortable lead over Mary Stewart Wilson from James Island. Oh, and that was in the span of 200 meters. She opened that lead up to about 25 meters.
Halfway complete, and Elizabeth Dawson extending her lead now in the back straightaway over the freshman Mary Stewart Wilson from James Island.
You got this, Lou. On her heels, on her
Dawson with
Pick it up.
an advantage of about 25 meters right now. She makes the turn over on the far left. And that lead continues to grow. And still in 3rd place, from Eastside High School, the sophomore Heather Elliott. The rest of the field has slipped back considerably. But this is a nice run being put together by Elizabeth Dawson, the junior. Should have only 800 meters remaining in this championship for the 3,200 state title.
That's right, 2 laps left, and just very impressed with Elizabeth Dawson. A very simple running style. She's not overexerting herself. She's not even breathing particularly heavily at this point, Bert. She just feels like, looks like she could go and go and go.
Yeah, she really didn't make her move until the 1,600 meter mark. Ever since she just kind of, stayed right there with Mary Stewart Wilson. She really allowed Mary Stewart Wilson, I think, to set the pace, and then took command at the halfway point of this race, and she is continuing to widen that lead.
Got to be 60 meters the gap now between 1st and 2nd.
Yeah. Eastside's Heather Elliott is getting closer and closer to Mary Stewart Wilson. So we'll have to see if Heather Elliott will make a move for second place.
Elliott is within reach of Mary Stewart Wilson for second.
And just a good smooth stride, a good steady stride there for your leader, Elizabeth Dawson from Daniel High School. Very comfortable gait for Elizabeth Dawson. And that lead now, Emerson is almost at 100 meters.
She's really widened it out and just doesn't appear to exert too much energy. Very steady, consistent pace, and that's what these distant runs are all about. Anybody can run out to an early lead, Birch, but who's going to be there at the end and really start to finish? Elizabeth Dawson has been right at the front.
Elizabeth Dawson is going to win this race, Emerson, I think by about 100 meters or so. Coming up, Emerson, in the next race, the girls 3200 Class 4A Championship, will have time to speak with a very special guest from the South Carolina High School League. But first, Elizabeth Dawson from Daniel is going to be crowned the state champion in the 3A.
More success for Daniel, girls and boys, in these distance runs. They've been outstanding all weekend, and another state championship, this one belonging to 11th grader Elizabeth Dawson for the Lions.